Hello and welcome, race fans, to some Friday night racing action here. As the Vigilante Racing League gets their season off with the Gen 4 ARCA cars here tonight. Looking forward to some fantastic racing action. I know y'all missed us on Wednesday. We missed you guys too, but iRacing decided to have an update that could possibly fry all the NORAD computers and everything. So the VRL decided to push it until Friday, make sure everything's calmed down and everyone got everything working. So points are valuable here, so they want everyone who can possibly race to actually be inside of that race. So here we are for some beautiful racing here tonight. Looking forward to having a fantastic race with everybody here from Michigan. And with that, let's go ahead and get this party all started and get things kicked on off with the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And welcome back. As always, we have to say a huge thank you to the proud supporters of the VRL, such as GC Cruise Travel and Mr. Greg Klein. You can go ahead and give him a call at 918-906-5616 or reach out to him via email or Facebook over there at GC Cruise Travel to get your next vacation all booked up and underway and all stress-free as well, because you don't want to be stressing out when you're going on vacation. Let the professional take care of everything for you, and that's what our good buddy Greg Klein does over there at GC Cruise Travel, the official travel provider for AAA Broadcasting and the VRL. Of course, big thank you as well to Blue Fox Properties and Dave the Man Mayberry over there. Give him a call at 520-850-4189 if you're looking to buy or sell your house in the Tucson, Arizona area or anywhere across the country, and let his 18 years of experience get you into that home of your dreams. And of course, big thank you as well to Mr. Ricky Wittenberg. Give him a call at 423-444-0454, based out of the Johnson City, Tennessee area. He can get you into that home of your dreams as well. No matter which one you choose, be sure to just get yourself a fantastic quality realtor, and we look forward to continuing our partnership with both amazing fellows over there. And of course, big thank you as well to Ricky Wittenberg and his D&D race graphics for the fantastic splash screens as well. So big thank you to Ricky for that. And of course, tonight's main sponsor, Martin Sports, bringing on home some of that bacon with some beautiful jerseys and all custom apparel. Even got some sim racing gear like gloves and shoes and all that kind of stuff. Be sure to head on over to Martin Sports and pick yourself up some customized racing apparel here today.
You had me at bacon.
Oh, I know, right? I'd love a good batch of bacon, man. It's always great, especially when you wake up to the smell of bacon. Oh,
Yeah, and somebody else is cooking it for you, so it makes it even taste better.
it really does. As I am Alan Brown, and I am joined by my good friend and buddy, the brewmaster in general, Mr. Alan English, here tonight. Alan, this is not my first time witnessing or even racing the Gen 4s, but it's been a hot minute, and I think I've really only done it once, and I know this is your first experience in these Gen 4 ARCA cars here tonight as well, so I think we're in store for an interesting show just based on watching the practice here.
So I love the ARCA platform. First of all, because we were in another league that, you had to start in ARCA to move up through the, just like in real life. And I was apprehensive about it. I'm like, man, I don't want to race this car. And, once we got a season or two into it, it was a blast. I love the ARCA car. And then this mistake by iRacing to add all this horsepower to this car on an update. And then they kept it, and these guys are using it here as like a super speedway platform. It's freaking awesome. This car is a lot of fun to watch. Just during practice, this is the first time I'm seeing this. So the practice has been a lot of fun to watch. It's wicked fast. You can tell it still has the ARCA handling, quirks to it. So a lot of unknowns here for me, but yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun here. Michigan, you can't go wrong at Michigan. It doesn't matter what you're running. You could run COTs or trucks or Lotus 49s at Michigan. It's still going to be fun. It's going to be a great race. So I think these guys are going to put on a great race tonight just because this league is the way it is. They're very competitive and they're all good drivers, and I can't wait to see how this thing is going to shake out here at Michigan.
Yeah, it definitely should be interesting indeed. And normally we would also be joined by our good friend and buddy and anger management specialist, Mr. Adam Turner, but unfortunately, tis the season. He's elected to try to get on down to Antarctica to supposedly see that directed energy weapon or whatever. But he was trying to save money on the tickets, so when he got to the airport, he bought his tickets from a scalper, and, well, he's kind of headed up towards Hudson Bay as we speak, so I think he hasn't quite realized it just yet, but he'll eventually find out and be back to us here soon enough.
He confused the North Pole and South Pole? Is that what happened there?
Well, I think the scalper might have tricked him into.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, no, Hudson Bay's down there, yeah. Because I mean, who wants to fly to either
And
Hudson?
Turner's not going to read and look it up. I mean,
No,
that's not how. Of
course not.
He's not somebody who reads. I mean, he's just gonna take it as face value.
Yeah,
Well, that sucks for him. He's going the wrong way.
yeah, kind of a bummer here as we take a look here at tonight's race info. Well, it's Michigan. Everybody knows that we love Michigan, so it's beautiful weather here as well for some fantastic racing. And really, for the key to the race, we both really don't know much about it here, Alan. So IDK, we'll figure it out.
I didn't know that's what you were going to type in there. That's actually fairly accurate. But look, we covered it many times. This group of this league, Lori and the crew run a great league here. They have guys practice. They have practice sessions posted on Monday nights, and this is a little bit different situation since the update did come out on Wednesday and they pushed the race. But they expect a lot out of their drivers, and they hold them accountable. So you can expect that these guys are going to do their best and do what it takes to be decent out there. And it's going to produce some great racing. Mark my words. We may get some cautions out here tonight for some spins, but it's still going to be a fun race. I can't wait to watch it. Looks like we're gridding up there, Brown.
And that we are, as everyone heading on into their cars for the first official time here tonight. Let's go ahead and tell everybody where their favorite driver is going to be starting here amongst this massive field. You got the 27 of Mr. Timothy Pope getting us started on pole position. He's going to have his Ain't Dead Yet team member Ricky Wittenberg starting all the way up there in second place here tonight. Man, congrats, Ricky. That's some really good flying.
Good job.
Let's see here. We also got the 6 of Trevor Robertson. Oh, man, Ain't Dead Yet is starting off strong here tonight. All up inside of that top 3. 33 of Jess Vaught getting it started off here tonight in that 4th place in the second row. You got the 18 Andrew Player having a pretty good starting spot inside of that top 5 with the 81 Jonathan Osborne having a good starting spot up there in 6th. 7th will be the 88 of Mr. Mike Adamson and the 29 of Dave the Man Mayberry getting it started here tonight in 8th. 9th will be the original orangutan, Mr. Dustin with a Y, Dustin Eaton in that 14 machine in 9th. And the 53 of Jeremiah Burke will be rounding out your field starting top 10. By the looks of it, the 07 of Jack the Ripper Dixon getting it started here tonight in 11th. 12th will be the 1 of David Fight. Got the 17 of Jacob Young starting here tonight in 13th with Craig Goodenough in the 89 getting it started in 14th. And rounding out your top 15 here this evening is going to be the 99 of America's Driver, Albert Anderson.
The 01 machine of the King Pusher out there, Kelly Keel. Starting in 16th place. The 7 of Jonah Long starting in 17th. I said 17th for Kelly Kills. Kelly's starting 16th. Jonah 17th. Andrew Coffin in the 10 will start 18th place. 19th will be John Gallagher in the 123. Sean McDonald, one of our friendly Canadians out there, rounding out your top 10 rows. They're starting in 20th. 77 of Harrison Whitehead starting in 21st place. Outside row number 11, Josh Bittner in the 84, but it looks like he's one of the guys that got an EOL to start the race, along with Scott Martin, Bobby Hammer, and Dustin Riley. They have all gotten EOLs, so just keep in mind they're going to start at the back here. Dustin Loxton in the 38 will start in 23rd place. 24th will be Edward Smith in the 63. Scott Martin in the 67. And let's see, he'll start 26. Mike Everidge in the 82 will start 27th place. 28th will be George Rincon in the 28 machine. Row number 15 is going to be Earl Evans in the 13 and the 32, Ronald Holmes. Bobby Hammer in 31st. Edson Ochoa in the 8 machine starting in 32nd. Dustin Riley in the 37 starting 33rd. And Ray Radford starting in the 34th position in the 47 machine. But like we said, those few drivers getting an EOL here tonight from previous penalties. And looks like we're just getting ready to go. Thank you, Adam Strong, for being here and joining us. Our lone guy over there in the YouTube chat. Thank you for being here, buddy.
Yep, glad to have everybody who's out there lurking. Be sure to jump on in there and get involved in the chat. We're happy to see y'all out there. We always love to, call out all the people that are at home and watching and having a great time out here with us as we get ready to head on out to the green flag. If you haven't done so already, be sure to hit the subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you get alerted every single time that we go live. And of course, as always, be sure to hit that thumbs up button if you enjoy any of the racing action as well, so that way we can continue to grow this fantastic community we got going on.
Adam Strom says, well, Turner's not down here on the pit lane. I guess I'm bringing this 36-pack of Ice House up to the booth. Man, just keep it down there and spread it amongst the teams down there. I got some good craft beer up here and some Miller products. I've got enough up here. Spread the wealth, Adam. Give it to some of the guys down there, running some of those wheel guns down there. I'm sure they can use I was one of those guys that always played pool better after a couple of beers, so maybe those guys will change tires better with a couple of beers, and it looks like we're going green.
Indeed, as here we go for the first time tonight. Green flag racing here from Michigan. Side by side, they start and rumble with the 27 and the 6 getting some great jumps on that restart. The 55, Ricky Wittenberg, trying to stay side by side with the 33 of Jess Vaught, not quite able to do so. He's going to give up that position as well, but tuck right into line here as everybody tucks right into the draft. Here comes the 88 of Mike Adamson, slipping and sliding, dodging and diving his way on up. Looks like he's trying to maybe pick a lane to go around the 18 Andrew Player here, but he's got some trouble of himself with the 53, excuse me, of Jeremiah Burke as the field comes back around, and lap number 1 officially in the books. And here we go. Some fantastic racing to be had by one and all here tonight. You got that 89 of Craig Goodenough going side by side with the 99 Albert Anderson, looking good in that nice bright blue paint scheme here tonight. You also got the 7 of Jonah Long starting to creep on up on the inside. 01 Kelly Keel trying to slip and slide up underneath some traffic here as well. Looks like he's alongside the 07 of Jack the Ripper Dixon, able to steal that position away. He's now trying to line up his good buddy, the 29 of Dave Mayberry. And man, English, already we're hitting over 200 miles an hour down these straights.
Guys are rolling, man. Breakneck speeds out there on the track. Ms. Sandoval out there pulling for Edson Ochoa out there in the 8 machine. Stay tuned later on for more info on that. Might be talking to him after the race here. We don't know quite yet. Peyton McCowan says, go number 84, Josh Bittner. Hope you can still drive straight after all the cold medicine. I know for a fact, because my wife's in the same situation, taking that cold medicine. Y'all get better. What you got there, Alan?
Oh, 29 of Mayberry getting a little slip and slidey and gets up into that outside wall a little bit. Had a little 3 wide while it was going on as well, but able to keep that nose pointed in the right direction for Dave the Man, able to continue his push on forward here. Dustin Lawson and Harrison Whitehead out here looking very strong, trying to catch back on up and get up inside of that top 10. We always talk about it here at Michigan, their English, that, you know, especially in the trucks, this is a very, very draft dependent track, and especially at the speeds that these guys are running here in these cars, it's even more so.
Yeah, it's a big deal here with the aero for these ARCA cars. They're very dependent on it. They're shaped like a doorstop. I mean, they throw up a big old hole in the air for the guy behind them. So yeah, these guys are going to be chasing the draft here for sure. Well, you talk about 3 wide. I mean, you can do it here at Michigan. I mean, it's not the greatest thing to do in all parts of the track, but yeah, on the back stretch, even on the front stretch there through the trioval, we've seen people go 3 wide here and make it work, and then sort it out before they get to the turns, because the turns is where, you know, there's not 3 good lines going into the turn, is there? There's pretty much one, and maybe another one.
Yeah, well, so that's the other thing with this latest iRacing update, and this is why we really don't know anything here tonight, is they changed some of the racing dynamics as well, and so that could change some of the racing line stuff up here, as well as the 55 and the 33 getting a little squirrely there, and looks like Ricky backing out of the power just a little bit, making sure that car gets back nice and settled and able to continue to drive here. That's going to allow the 18 Andrew Player to slip on around, but here comes Ricky, ready to come right on back.
These guys did have a 50-minute practice session to kind of sort out any changes that iRacing may have thrown their way. So hopefully guys took advantage of that and got out there and really tried to figure it out. Matt Wedge out there joining us in the the YouTube chat as well, said we're going to go real fast and real left. Let's go good enough. So good enough's got some fans out there as well. Pulling for the 89 of Craig Goodenough, who's running in 15th place.
Right, just behind here, you got the or just in front of him, I should say, the 29 and the 07 continuing a great battle there, and the 7 of Jonah Long, 01 Kelly Keel, and Albert Anderson are all tied up in a boxing match right now, fighting for some top 10 positions here. Everybody doing a pretty good job.
Ricky Wittenberg with a great starting position. He started outside row number 1, second place, second fastest time on the start. He's now back to 6th. Is Ricky just kind of biding his time and trying to take care of the tires? You see him get loose there, right next to the is it the 53?
And alongside
machine.
Alongside that 53 of Jeremiah Burke. We've seen this from Ricky time and time again, especially at the trickier tracks and or trickier combinations like this one here. You know, seeing how slippery and slidey everybody is as Jonathan Osborne makes his way up underneath the 55 of Wittenberg. I wouldn't doubt if Ricky just says, you know what, let's just ease back on it. Let's dial it down just a touch. Make sure we get to the end here tonight and not have a totaled race car before halfway.
A lot of unknowns here for this car track combination. Yeah, track temperature we didn't really get. Adam not being here to take it for us, but we just had somebody send it up to us. It's 95 degrees on the track right now, so not super hot, but hot enough to make it a little bit slick out there. And these ARCA cars slick already, so guys are it's a handful out there tonight.
Yeah, you are definitely not kidding. And a driver that we know likes to do all the slipping and sliding action. The 14 of Dustin with a wide. Mr. Dustin Eaton already up a couple of spots here, trying to hunt down that 88 of Mike Adamson. Still, Dave Mayberry having some great fighting going on there with Jack Dixon. They've been too wide quite a lot here, and neither one giving up on any of those spots inside of this top 15. You even got the 37 of Dustin really back here going side by side with the 123 of John Gallagher battling, trying to get up inside of that top 20.
He's up 10 spots already here tonight. Jonah Long up 7 in 10th position.
Ooh.
Jeremiah Burke up 5 in 5th. Go ahead, bud.
I just missed it. I didn't get to see who it was.
Something almost happened.
Something almost happened. I think it was Dustin Logson. Oh, as he gets up into the outside wall, kind of like a not on purpose Ross Chastain. Oh, and then gets down into the 50s. Oh, man. Yeah, gets down into the 57 of Dustin really there. Woo, that 38's having a little bit of a tough time right now.
YouTube looks like it's jerking a little bit, and you're cracking and popping out just a little bit. I'm sure that hopefully it's just something that's intermittent here.
Yeah, I think that's a YouTube thing.
Might be.
As 84 Josh Bittner moves around on the outside lane, as man, that 38 of Logston, he is just slipping and sliding. He's pulling on down onto pit road. He might be asking for a track bar adjustment here.
Got some guys running some cooking times out there. So far, Kelly Keel, fastest lap of the race here tonight so far, 38.16. You know, that's running about 204 miles an hour. Whew. What a lap. Some of these guys doing it side by side out there.
Yeah, you're not kidding. Here is the 29 of Mayberry changing out dancing partners here. He's going side by side with that 89 of Craig Goodenough.
I think they call that the do-si-do. Swing your partner.
Round and round.
Trade across and all.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that. As the 33 of Jess Vaught moves up underneath the 6 of Trevor Robertson as they go side by side, fighting for a second place here right now. 6 machine just staying up high, just going to let that 33 of Vaught on by as Dustin Logson takes on off out of pit road. Meanwhile, you got the 8 of Edson Ochoa. Ooh, almost getting into the 82 of Mike Everidge there as Mike goes up into that outside wall. And man, that outside wall, very unforgiving here at Michigan. It's kind of like super glue. Once when you get in it, you really can't get back off of it, and it really slows you down.
And that's the ARCA car at pretty much every track you go to. It just locks into the wall. You can't really make a hard left because then you'll just swing down to the cars behind you that are coming. But check out Timothy Pope, man. Solid second and a 10th on Jess Vaught running in first place out here tonight. Tim Pope, I think he knows how to get around pretty much any track. Started on the pole here tonight and is continuing to show why he's so dominant of a racer in this VRL league.
I mean, not only that, but I mean, really in anything. I bet you that just pushing around the grocery cart at the local supermarket, you know, he's probably racing, you know, old grannies up and down the aisle and just absolutely whooping them.
If you gave him a shopping list and gave me a shopping list in Sam's or something like that, Tim Pope would be there, you know, before I got my third item, probably.
Oh, I'm sure.
I think he's just that way.
It's 53 Jeremiah Burke coming on down onto pit road, but noticing him for a couple of laps here as we're 3 wide. Albert Anderson against the wall. Oh my goodness. 89 of Adamson now. Oh man, well, they made it out of that alive somehow, some way. The one of David Fight inside of that mix here, as well as, man, down there on that bottom side. It looks like Dave Mayberry just fighting with anybody who he can get to within arm's reach here as the one in the 99 get back to a good battle. Seeing a few more pit stops here. Adamson, Long, and really all coming on down.
I think it's about time some of these guys are going to start coming down here. Looking probably for these guys to split this race up and try to make at least 3 pit stops. You know, Adam not being here, we didn't get how many
Tire sits we got, but I'll tell you right now, it's 4 total. Guys are going to get
total.
Yep, they're going to get the one they started on and 3 tire changes. So
All right, well that works. That works on out.
that's going to work with the math. So.
Well, it was going to have to work with the math. They don't have any other choice here. As Ricky Wittenberg, Jess Vaught, Jonathan Osborne, Craig Goodenough, Kelly Keel, John Gallagher, Josh Bittner, Mike Everidge, Ray Radford, and Bob of the Hammer coming on in to hit their pit box. Timothy Pope now coming in a lap later. Andrew Player, Trevor Robertson, Dustin with a Y as well coming on in. So here we go. Another massive field of drivers coming on down into pit road. A lot of tire smoke as everyone's trying to check up before that commitment going there.
Gotta get it slowed down. It's 55 miles an hour here, speed limit.
Tim Pope, black flag, 27, your leader. Black flag for speed on the pit lane.
Oof.
My goodness.
You know, not everybody can get everything right on the first go around here, and I know knowing Tim, he's probably doing that just for some added challenge to cut back.
He's
through
trying
the field
to challenge
again.
himself. You called it, dude. He's just trying to challenge himself.
In the meantime, though, Sean McDonald is gonna get, even though it's not worth any bonus points or anything, but he's gonna lead a lap here and before coming on down into pit road. As the 33 of Jess Vaught makes his way on around and inherits the lead here on lap number 22. Jeremiah Burke, Ricky Wittenberg somewhere behind him in tow, and we continue the race in action here. Ooh, the 99 of Anderson, he's stuck up against the outside. Whoa, oh my goodness!
Had a piece of John Osborne. Osborne got it back straight somehow. That was pretty amazing.
Goodness gracious here as we have our first yellow of the evening. Let's go ahead and take a look back as poor Albert getting stuck up in the outside wall. He was probably using a pry bar on that wheel trying to get off of it, and eventually it does. Unfortunately, though, ooh, what sent him up into that outside wall in the first place? Oh, there was some contact before. All right, so oh man, this is a multi-layered cake here, English. We gotta go way back here. It's the 99 up into the outside wall in 3 and 4. Does eventually come back off of it, but then here comes that 89 Valvoline machine. Really nowhere to go. Does the old Arca door stopper ramp underneath the 99. Somehow Albert, with a little bit of luck and some outside wall help, keeps it straight. Comes back down across the line, and then it just, like I said, it looked like he was trying to pry on that thing with a pry bar, and it finally breaks itself loose as we slow this one on down. And oh man, just absolutely nowhere to go as drivers try to avoid him there.
Yeah, you cannot get the ARCA car off the wall gradually. You just put more and more and more wheel into it, and then all of a sudden, it just turns left hard. I mean, there's nothing you can do. That's just the way it's made. And unfortunately, Albert came down right in front of somebody, and they had nowhere to go. Got plowed up right there. Osborne, we saw him get up. Well, not quite upside down, but he got up off his wheels and kind of spinny there, but able to save it. I can't believe he saved that.
Yeah. So there we have it. Our first yellow of the evening. Our first yellow in these Gen 4 ARCA cars. And man, all that did was remind me that, you know, these cars are still shaped like that door wedge, and you really, when we get to the second half of the season, where basically they're going to be running just the, you know, the 2.5 mile kind of traditional plate track racing kind of stuff, how much, you know, bump drafting really isn't going to work in these things.
Well, I guess let's go back to the experts, right? So watch the 01 here tonight. What is he going to do? Watch what Kelly Keel does, not just here tonight, but when they do go to the big 2.5 mile and 2 2/3 mile track. Watch what he does, because you know, Kelly's one of those guys that we know that he knows how to push the limits and get these cars to do what he wants in order to push the car in front of him. He knows how to take care of his temps and duck out when he needs to catch some air. So I think everything we're going to learn about the Gen 4 car at restrictor plate races, you can learn from Kelly Keel. Just watch the 01.
And I do believe you are correct, my good compadre. So we're getting ready to head on back to the green flag. Gonna have the 33 of Jess Vaught and the 53 Jeremiah Burke lined up side by side. 7 of Jonah Long. Man, he's up 14 spots here. He's gonna be starting up alongside that 55 of Ricky Wittenberg. 01 Kelly Keel, 88 Mike Adamson up there, as well as the 1 of David Fite, Jack Dixon. You got the 123 of Gallagher. Edward Smith up a whole bunch of spots to find himself up there towards the top 10 as well.
Jonah Long, have a race, why don't you?
Yeah. Well, he's so used to racing. He's so used to racing those pink paint schemes that he probably sees the Barbie in front of him, and he's just like, man, that's supposed to be me.
Look at Ron Holmes, and who else is right there with him? Edward Smith. These guys are really on a tear. It up there from the back, so
you ain't kidding. As the pace car comes off and down onto pit road into the Geico restart zone, we go, and off and running we are. It's that 33 of Jess Vaught, man. Woo, dog! He found all the grip in the world out there and got to a fantastic jump. The 53 of Jeremiah Burke trying his best to keep on up. Same thing with the 55 of Ricky Wittenberg, who started right behind that 33 of Jess Vaught, still trying to figure out how to make up some of this ground. But man, just Vaught absolutely launched out of there like a cannon, as the 88 of Adamson trying to help push that 7 machine up and past some of this traffic like they 53 of Burke. Here comes Kelly Keel as well, trying to slip and slide his way on up into possible podium contention here tonight. Andrew Player, Andrew Cawthon as well, having a pretty good fight with the 07 of Jack Dixon and the 123 of John Gallagher out here as well.
Have a lap, why don't you? Jess Vaught, driver of the number 33, up there in first place. Set the fastest lap of the race. He's the only guy to break 38 seconds. A 37.999. Jess is on fire out there here at Michigan tonight.
You ain't kidding us. Here we go. We're going 3 wide racing here at Michigan. We got the 67 of Scott Martin down low, 57 as well, getting all caught up in this. That could also be 37. I just can't see numbers. I need to get some cheaters here, English. I'm starting to struggle.
You can't fight it forever. You know, you really got to do it. Ricky Wittenberg now smashing that lap record with a 37.97. Ricky on a tear up there in first, taking advantage of that draft. Oof.
You ain't kidding. Just absolutely flying on up there again, folks. These drivers, under normal cars and all that kind of stuff that we normally see, usually would top out here around probably 190. Maybe in the
185,
yeah, right around that number. Here tonight, I mean, we've seen speeds of upwards of 214 miles an hour. These drivers are absolutely flying around this 2-mile racetrack here tonight at Michigan.
A lot more 2 and 3 wide action here in the middle of the field. These guys are starting to jockey around. They know that they've got to make up some positions here before they get to this next sequence of pit stops. I'm blinking out there a little bit. The 77 machine, the Crown Royal car.
Yeah,
go ahead, bud.
17. Jacob Young going up into the far outside wall. Meanwhile, he's got some almost 3 wide. Oh, there was 3 wide. You were saying the 77 of Harrison Whitehead going alongside the 37 of Dustin Really here. Side by side they go with Jeremiah Burke up against that far outside wall. Man, they've waited long enough for this season to get going here. It was sorry to cut you off there, buddy, but you can definitely tell these boys are all ready to be racing in these Gen 4 cars. Oh, we got a slow one up against the outside wall.
Yeah, he was almost to a stop. What happened there?
I don't know, but Harrison having a little bit of a rough go of it there in that Crown Royal 77 machine. Man, I already know who Turner's favorite driver is going to be when he gets back.
I tell you what, he probably drank enough Crown to pay for that paint job 5 times over. I mean, we everybody has their Crown friend that they know, you know, that that saves the bags, and I'm gonna make a quilt out of the Crown Royal bags, you know. But Turner's our buddy that does that. But yeah, Crown Royal car have a little bit of difficulty out there. Scraping up against that outside wall. Yeah,
even you got the 47 Ray Radford able to move up around him there. Got to be careful, as you don't want to damage the suspension on your steering wheels there to really affect how you're able to drive here tonight. Ron Holmes in the 32 machine having a little bit of a tussle there with the 27 and Timothy Pope, who actually kind of got a little bit lucky there getting that caution when they did, and able to kind of restart back with everybody here. He still has a tough task trying to filter his way on up through the field, but gonna be definitely interesting to see what Timothy Pope has up his sleeves here tonight, as the 7 of Jonah Long now up 15 spots. A little bit of some connectivity issues there, but starting to stabilize a little bit, as the 55 Ricky Wittenberg trying to chase him down.
Yeah, one thing you can never do is count out these guys like Pope that might be mired back in traffic, 10 seconds off the lead or something, 9 seconds off the lead. Uh, keep an eye out. He's going to be back up there for long. Just watch out.
Yeah, even the 28 of George Rincon, he's up 4, just outside of the top 20 right now. But again, he's kind of one of those drivers that as long as the car stays clean as in front of them, they're going 3 wide. Oh my goodness.
My. That's 17 Kane's machine. I thought he's going to have to try to make an escape path there.
Yeah, Jacob Young definitely. Well, really anybody within that 5-6 car group, probably pucker factor went up to 10 there.
So.
But yeah, before all the craziness happened, George Rincon, one of those drivers that as long as he can keep that car clean, man, he'll sneak up on you and steal some good positions away.
He will, and Mike Everett's right there with him with the inverted number, the 82 machine. Also one of those guys that can do the same thing, man. If he keeps a clean car, he can just ride up through traffic and just kind of be hidden there. And before you know it, he's taking advantage of some attrition positions. Oh, contact between the Whataburger car and the Canes car. Little Texas-Louisiana restaurant rivalry there. Or contact between those two cars.
And it's Edson Ochoa not having the best of nights here thus far. Did have to, I believe he had a penalty to start here tonight, but still out here driving around. Currently scored the last car here in 33rd, but trying to make on up for it here and try to get into the mix and possibly catch on up and hopefully get maybe a lucky dog or something here at some point as Sean McDonald makes his way on down onto pit road.
Like the second round of pit stops is about to be underway. Got a real quick rutabaga.
Yes, sir. You got the one machine at David Fight and the 18 Andrew Player going side by side, battling for some top 10 positions here. So we kind of take a look and see what they're dealing with. 81 Jonathan Osborne as well, trying to get into the mix there to fight for a top 15 spot. So we're here on lap 38 out of 85. Everybody still fighting hard and fighting strong for whatever positions that they can get as that 18 and the 1. Even though they've been battling, they've been reeling in that 14 of Dustin Eaton here, trying to close in on that gap. Meanwhile, the 7 of Jonah Long continuing to try to guide the 55 of Ricky Wittenberg on around. Meanwhile, Jess Vaught trying to extend that lead, currently held out to about a second, and not really growing and not really shrinking, just kind of maintaining right now. 123 of John Gallagher. Oh, as we got ourselves
wrecked.
Oh man,
Yellow is out.
Edward Smith getting involved. Looks like Edson Ochoa getting involved there as well. We go ahead and take a look back and see what happened here. Oh, looked like the 8 machine just got loose and the tires hooked on him there, and he came straight back down across the track, getting involved there with that 63. Oh, and hard impacts into that inside pit wall as well, or the just the inside wall, I should say. 8 machine getting a little bit more luck. It was kind of a 2-for-1 tap there on the wall, but able to drive away from it. But yeah, just another case of that very loose condition here in these ARCA cars.
We got a user out there in the YouTube chat called "Your Belly Is Ready." I think is how you say it. And the number 81, Don Gonchin. I can't read.
Don
Here
Gonchin.
tonight. John Osborne out there. You got some fans pulling for you. Your belly is ready. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that is definitely different.
We think here 4 tires and fuel for everybody. I think that's probably the case.
I would guess so. As it looked like the 55 Ricky Wittenberg had to put it in reverse there pretty quick and get back down into his box. As pretty much everybody coming on down into pit road here, and we're gonna have ourselves a mass exodus out of the pit road, and everyone doing a good job and giving each other a little bit of extra room.
Mike Adamson, 2 tires stop. He'll inherit the lead here. A couple of guys fuel only. Albert Anderson, Josh Bittner. Looks like George Rincon, same situation. Mike Everidge. That might have been a team thing there between those guys. But everybody else, 4 tires and full of gas.
Now, man, I wish I could say I knew what they were like. The fuel onlys I can kind of understand. Maybe they're trying to save a set just in case we might have something happen kind of towards the end of this thing as we're approaching the halfway point. But 2 tires, I'm not quite sure on. I would have, unless you're purposely just trying to make up just positions and really kind of.
So I can see it in a situation where. If I'm Mike Adamson and I've taken care of this set of tires very, very well, and I know that, well, if I just replace the rights, I'm going to be okay till the next stop. I want to gain some track position and get into clean air. It's worth the risk. And now he's there. Now he's got the clean air. He's leading the race out there. He can decide where he wants to go. So I kind of see that side of the coin as well. I'm not saying that's what I would do. I can kind of see why somebody would do that.
Yeah. Again, that's where we need our master of strategery there, and
he's not here, man. He's headed the wrong way. He's going to end up Santa's workshop instead of what did he go down? He wanted to go to Antarctica to see the
energy weapon
research lab directed energy weapon.
Yep.
What is that? Does he think there's a big laser being developed down there to do what?
Apparently
shoot the moon or something?
I think it's melt Hawaii. I think that's what.
Oh, okay.
But
pretending to understand his mind.
Yeah,
I don't.
I have no idea. All I know is he'll be back by Monday and all disappointed. So
it's either the story we gave you, or he's in a deer blind somewhere. Probably
option number 1. As we get ready to go back to the green flag here with the 88 and the 33, getting things started off side by side. 33 just fought very smooth on that power, getting a good jump on that restart and able to get out in front of that 88. The 01 of Kelly Keel's actually going to try to follow his teammate here for that Vigilante Force and steal that second spot away. The 7 of Jonah Long going side by side there with that 88 of Adamson, able to get that position away. And 99 of Albert Anderson now sneaking up with his former teammate. And we're going 3 wide as the 55 Ricky Wittenberg saw door open down on that bottom side, and he's going to send it.
Get it, Ricky?
Ooh, oh man. Just
oh man. What is going on out there?
Osborne having a little bit of some slipping and sliding fun, but right behind Ricky was Albert, Mike, and I think it was Andrew Player, and Trevor Robertson, excuse me, all pretty much making tiniest of contacts, and everyone able to drive on out of it. But oh boy, was it getting a little close.
John Osborne, for somebody that doesn't have force feedback, that's driving with a mouth controller to be able to save that race car just now, good on you, man. That was pretty sweet. Taylor Proback's joining us in the YouTube chat saying, let's go number 33. And Kevin Hunt pulling for the number 14 of Dustin with the Y, Dustin Eaton. Go ahead, bud.
It is 67 of Scott Martin trying to fight his way on up back through some of this field. He's been involved in some of this.
Caution's out. Oh, Dustin Logston involved. He's got a big dent in his rear end. I didn't see who else was involved there, but the yellow is out. They're going to slow down and
Re-rack here.
Looks like
Brown.
looks like the 8 machine as well back involved. Back end just breaking loose on him, and the 38 saw it and was checking up. The problem is the 07 of Jack the Ripper Dixon didn't. Well, he couldn't see it. He would have had to try to make Logston invisible there to see through him, and so the 07 and the 38 going for a little bit of a tumble, but again, the kind of infield side of things down there on that backstretch, very, very wide, and they were able to get everything all back under control and straightened out. But
Bobby Hammer, the driver of the 41, announcing on the radio that he did miss a shift on the last restart, and apologized to any of the drivers out there. He may have messed up there. But yeah, man, that situation that happened just now, that's just something that happens, man. You get one guy that gets a little bit loose, and you got a little bit of a pile up behind you.
Yep, and we do unfortunately have a victim here. The 23 of Sean McDonald calling it quits. It looks like he's a bit under the weather here this evening, and he gave it a shot, but these cars are definitely a handful, and he elected to, I'll just stay out of everybody's way here tonight. So I hope you feel better there, one of our Canadian friends, and hope to see you back out on track again next week.
Got guys coming down. Pit stops occurring once again. Probably just mostly gas and goes, it looks like. Earl Evans taking 4 tires. He'll come out in 5th position here. Good job there, Earl, working your way up. But mostly just gas and goes, it looks like. Pretty much most of the field. Albert Anderson looks like he took some tires.
Fuel only. That can really save you a lot of time down there, get you some track position.
Well, so not only that, but we've had a couple kind of quick cautions here back to back, you know, and this is really kind of going to set things up very interestingly here, as you know, we're here on lap 47. They've been getting right around the 20 or so lap 20 lap mark for a pit cycle and whatnot. So that's going to get us to 67, kind of closer, I would say, to probably 70. So it'd be about a 15 lap sprint to the end.
That's sweet, man. That's what we want to see. We want to see guys getting on the same, pit strategy, and guys racing it out, It's really cool when we see somebody play the odds. Ricky Wittenberg is one of those guys that's done it before, playing the fuel game out there and taking a win. But it's really cool also to see, everybody get on the same strategy and just go out there and bang it out, race it out. Who's best?
And
Jonah Long did inherit the crown as the fastest racer here tonight. His best lap, a 37.75 here at a 2-mile track. That's hauling ass, man, no matter how you cut it. I didn't get the lap speed on that, but it had to have been quick.
Man. Yeah, well, I don't know. Let's see. Dude, the 37 seconds, 0.75 divided by 2, and then multiply it by, I don't know the math. I'm sure there's a formula out there that I could probably figure out actually very quickly, but pace car's coming down, and yeah, yeah, I'm still on truck driver time. As we get ready here to go up back to the green flag with Jeremiah Burke and Dave Mayberry up here, getting things started off strong on this restart. The 29 machine. Oh, what happened to Jeremiah? It looked like he just like locked up the brakes and went down to the apron.
He said he missed a shift. He missed a shift.
Goodness.
Might have money shifted it. Hope he don't have a damaged engine there.
It doesn't look like it as we take a quick look back here at this at the replay of everybody getting going here and kind of see what happened with that 53 machine. We are still green flag racing, and oh yeah, I think he might have blew it. I think that's what that puff of smoke that we saw was. Oh goodness, that's very unfortunate. Yeah, the 53 just trying to coast around here on the apron and limp it back to pit road. Don't know if he's got enough speed in there to coast it all the way around, as here comes that 33 of Jess Vaught looking on down low on the 07 of Jack the Ripper Dixon. The 29 of Mayberry just kind of playing blocker for his teammate here as Jeremiah makes his way down into the entrance of pit road. 6 Trevor Robertson going side by side with old Hot Rod here, trying to pick up a good third place position. 67 Scott Martin, he's hunting down, and he sees a gap between the 10 and the 55 here. He was thinking about sticking his nose in there, but backed out of it at the last second. 99 to Albert Anderson going side by side with the 13 Earl Evans. Good old Earl out here racing with us here this evening. Glad to have our sponsored, not sponsored driver out there. As hold on, I'm just continuing to stall here while I push all the buttons so I can add his driver cam on up. Just so we can prove that it's actually Earl and not his daughter.
Yeah, that's right. We have to do that because during the Powder Puff race, I'm pretty sure that it's one of the best ones out there.
And that she was.
Might be better than Earl. So
It's
just saying, we have to. This is an obligation we have to do now because of the questions that have been raised.
oh my goodness.
We love the driver cams anyway. They're a lot of fun.
Also, in the meantime, while we're riding around with him, you can just hear how much he's got to play with the throttle, play with the wheel, and just how slippery. Like, he's not even halfway through the corner, gently getting on that gas, and you can see how much it was fighting him there. Goodness. 32 of Ron Holmes is trying to find his way up around old Earl here as well.
Michigan is a very technical track. It may look like a super speedway, it's 2 miles long. It's a very technical track. You can't just run wide open all the time here. You do have points where you have to get out of the gas and you have to figure your line, turning in 1 and 2 and 3 and 3 and 4 are all different. So really gotta practice here. This is not for the faint of heart.
Oh, you're definitely not kidding, especially in cars that have about 7 gajillion horsepower and almost negative downforce on that back end. So it's, oh man, it's just absolute craziness out here tonight as everybody continues to dive and jockey for positions. The 6 Trevor Robertson able to get things all settled back down and tuck in a line behind that 33 of Jess Vaught. Meanwhile, the 07 of Jack the Ripper Dixon continuing to kind of lead the charge out here, out in front. Look who's creeping back up on that top 5. You got that 27 of Timothy Pope just behind the 7 of Jonah Long here, and ready to jump back up into this mix. 29 in the 18. Mayberry and Player in a pretty good fight here, as well as America's Driver and Jonathan Osborne going side by side. You got the 81 Bass Pro machine trying to figure out a way around the 99, but problem is he's got the 123 of John Gallagher sitting up on the outside line here, kind of blocking his momentum.
Want to thank everybody that's joined us out there in the YouTube chat so far here tonight. Adam Strom Ms. Sandoval, Peyton McGowan, Matt Wedge, your belly is ready. Taylor Provax and Kevin Hunt, thank y'all so much for posting out there tonight. If we got anybody else out there that's watching here, we got more watchers than we have commenters. Y'all drop a comment, man. Ask questions. Give your opinions on what's going on. What you think Adam's up to here tonight since he's not with us here in the booth. Anything's appreciated. Subscribe if you hadn't already. Give us a thumbs up. What's the notification bell? Is that what the thing is?
Yes.
It tells people, we're broadcasting on a night not usually seen. So Friday night is not a normal night for us. Usually we do the VRL racing here on Wednesday nights, but because of that update, as mentioned by Mr. Brown, we're doing it here on Friday night for you guys. So if you have the notification bell clicked, you would have known it. You'd been able to skip here tonight.
That indeed, as the 27 of Timothy Pope and the 01 of Kelly Keel go to battle with the 7 of Jonah Long. Meanwhile, you got Trevor Robertson. He's going, trying to find his way around that 07 of Jack Dixon here. Side by side, battling down the front stretch here, going on to lap number 59.
And alive. There's kind of a bottleneck here in front of the 27 of Pope. The 01 and the 7 kind of being a roadblock for him. He looks like he's trying to make a way around. Trying to pick a line, moving back up into the outside for now. Watch that 27. He's on the move. He's ready to pass some cars.
Oh, and here we go. Giving a little bit of a bump draft to the 6 machine was the 33, and the 7 of Jonah Long was basically following him all the way up to that outside wall, as well as the 07 finally breaks clear of all that. Goodness gracious.
So that'll give 2 positions to the 27. He's able to pass both of those guys. Now he's in the middle, 3 wide going into the turns. Oh, he's getting sideways.
Oh, and he snaps it right back to attention and able to get that car pointed in the right direction, but not before the 01 of Kelly Keel able to slip around him here. You also got the 18 of Andrew Player now out and on the 27's back bumper. Looks like we're also going to go 3 wide here as Albert Anderson slips up underneath the 14 and the 29 here, going 3 wide down the front stretch.
Of Eaton running right there behind Player, 3 wide at the top of the track there. Dustin looking for a way to run a little bit quicker, trying to run that outside line, save some tire wear probably. Got some fans out there. Kevin Hunt, one of his fans out there, pulling for the 14, Dustin Eaton. Thank you so much, Kevin, for the great compliment, man. We appreciate you guys as well, all the support we get online. Thank y'all for being here, man. Y'all make broadcasting 1,000 times better, so appreciate you.
It's the 81 and the 89 head on off into a battle here with the 1 machine right behind them. Osborne, drifted up the track just a little bit. I don't think that front end was quite set when he made the turn into turns 1 and 2. And he's lost a whole bunch of speed because of it. Here comes that one in the 88 as well. A little negative 2-for-1 special there.
Yeah, this crazy ass overpowered ARCA car. I don't know what to really think of it. I mean, you've got the same handling issues, but with so much more horsepower. So it's crazy to think what these guys are going to have to deal with on the next track they go to.
Right. I think the next time we see these Gen 4 cars. Oh, as the 07 is stuck up in the outside wall. Oh no, losing the lead is that 07 of Jack Dixon, and he's continuing to bleed spots before finally being able to break away from that outside wall. Jess Vaught, Jonah Long able to find their way on around. Timothy Pope did so as well. Oh man, Hey, I swear they got that Gorilla Glue all stuck up on that outside wall there tonight, English. I don't know if they got tired of these drivers peeling the paint off of there or what, but man, they're definitely paying for any wall contacts here. Oh, now the 7 of Jonah Long goes up and scrapes the outside wall.
You remember what these cars were like, even without the big horsepower. If you got into the wall, the best thing you can do is just hold it up there until everybody goes by and then try to get it off, because otherwise you're going to cause a big wreck.
And so 123, John Gallagher moves his way on around the 14 of Dustin Eaton, who sneaks on down into pit road. So does the 07 of Jack Dixon. Now, I believe, at least if I remember correctly, the 07 of Dixon last pitted, lap 41. So it's, yeah, pretty much around that time with 21 laps to go for him. And then about 5 more laps, we're going to see everybody else come on down as well.
Everybody's going to come down. Most guys are going to get tires this time as well. Tires and fuel for most guys.
Jess Vaught, he's deciding to come on down here a little bit earlier than scheduled. Andrew Cawthon and Dave Mayberry here as well make their way on down onto pit road. That's going to give the lead back to the 27 of Mr. Timothy Pope, and he is going to take control here for a little while with the 6 of his teammate Trevor Robertson sitting right there behind him, 7 of Jonah Long, and the 99 of Albert Anderson there as well.
So if y'all are tuning in next week, VRL is at Talladega Super Speedway in the trucks. So moving back and forth between the two platforms is going to make it really interesting. But Talladega, trucks, VRL, you can't go wrong there. It's going to be fun. It's going to be competitive. But we're going to see some drama, I'm sure.
That indeed, as more and more people coming on down to get their final pit stops underway. Andrew Player, Craig Goodenough, Kelly Keel, Jonah Long, Scott Martin, and Dustin Really all making their way on down onto pit road here. As the 33 of Vaught able to get his lap back the kind of hard way, able to get around Pope before Pope comes on down into pit road with Robertson, Anderson, Adamson. That's a lot of sins in that one. You got Fight, Osborne, Young, and Smith all making their pit stops here, as well as Ricky getting some lead laps in here.
Come on, Ricky. Well, Ricky just came on the radio, said pit.
Yeah.
He's coming on down.
And I think he's probably going to lead the charge here with the remaining few drivers that have yet to come on down. Yep, here comes Ricky. Here comes John Gallagher. Looks like Andrew Player coming on down. Dustin Logston comes on down. Just a couple more drivers. Ron Holmes, Josh Bittner. I believe it's now, yep, and here comes Rincon and Everidge all on down onto pit road. That's
Andrew Player, black flag. No. Our buddy in the 18 is going to have to come back down, or he's going to, what is it, a 40-second
I think it's a 40, yeah.
stop? Oh, man. That's going to cost him, well, over a lap. These guys are running quick laps here.
That's a
Under green.
41 of Bobby Hammer, up 30 spots right now. Has yet to come on down for his final pit stop, but he's getting recognized for leading a lap here as well. So good job there, Bobby. Putting the hammer down.
Good to see some new names out there leading laps and having some fun. Bobby Hammer, welcome to VRL.
Let's see, 33 of Jess Vaught out with a 2-second and some change lead over Jonah Long. Regains control of this race up here.
Big wreck. 07 to 81. Yellows out.
Oh, man. And one of David Fight gets tangled up in it there at the end as well. You could see him just try to lock everything on up and throw out the air brakes. But, man, nothing would stop that one machine. Let's go ahead and Take a look back. Oh man, it was just a big bundle of craziness going on. Looks like it was about to go 3 wide with the 89 in the middle here. Let's go ahead and jump on up to our chopper camera and kind of see what happened. 123 of John Gallagher down there on the bottom side. Now, did the 07 start breaking loose before the 89 got up there? He was. So Dixon just getting the tail end a little spin happy there. Really nowhere to go for Osborne as he was already up on that outside lane and does the old doorstop ramp to him and sends him up over the hood real quick. And then, yeah, just there late. Oh, man, really nowhere to go for the one machine. He was trying to check up so bad. But, yeah, so at full speed, it looks like maybe there was some contact between the 89 and the 07, but when you really slow it down, it looks like the 07 was losing it before the contact was there.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he made a hard left and the right rear just didn't connect. Yeah. Dustin Eatland, pretty funny commentary on the radio. I wish I could repeat it, but
well, clean it up the best you can.
somebody told another driver to go inside of him, to go low, meaning, and Dustin Eaton wanted clarification about if somebody wanted the other driver to go inside of him. So, leave it to you to figure it out. Never a dull moment here.
No, definitely not. We definitely have a good time over here, and so yeah, sometimes tempers can get a little warm, but I think here tonight, I mean, really everybody's been having a really good race. I mean, I know some people have had a little bit of a rougher time than others, but for the most part, I think most people have been kind of taking this car and whatnot, and yeah, just having some good old Friday night racing fun here. Jack Dixon letting us know that the update turned his spotter off. He got loose, tried to save it, but was unaware that they were in the middle of 3 wide.
Yeah, that sucks, man. These updates, they'll kind of screw with the settings and stuff. My mouse is still jacked up. I don't understand why it would affect my mouse speed across the screen. It doesn't make any sense to me. But it definitely has.
That is weird, especially because it's not like you're running like 2 frames per second either.
Oh, I'm running 80 right now, 84 frames per second. I've got an old computer. Relatively old. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've got some cold ones here with me, so
maybe your computer's one of the ones that the iRacing update that was really gonna, mess with it. I guess that's.
So it said we're not even gonna try.
Yeah, I don't.
Maybe.
I don't know. It's one of those insider baseball situations where.
Yeah.
Supposedly there was some catastrophic flaws with this update, and it wasn't quite ready. But either way, usually it's give it another couple days, we'll get ourselves a hot fix, and probably everything will be back up and running.
Well, our new sponsors this season, Martin Sports is online with us. They do a lot of cool custom apparel, and Ricky Wittenberg is back with his realty business as well. In addition to last year's sponsors who are back again, GC Cruise Travel and Blue Fox Property. So thanks to all the sponsors. Y'all go out there. If y'all are listening out there, go visit them. Go check them out.
That indeed is. Here we go. Get ready to get things all restarted on off here once again as the 33 and the 7 get started off side by side. Both have locked in that restart there as the 7 able to keep pace with the 33. He checks up just a little bit to slip down in between Vaught and Pope here. And so looks like we're going to battle here 3 wide as the 99 Albert Anderson slings it around the outside lane. He's not wasting any time here. He sees that there's only 12 laps to go, and he wants to pick up a win here tonight.
Gotta leave it all out there on the track. Don't leave anything behind, man. You gotta do it all here. At those points.
As, man, just a 33 of Jess Vaught. Everybody kind of freight training around him here and trying to get around on the outside lane as the 7 of Jonah Long controls the lead with the 27 and the 99 going at it side by side. Looks like the 99 giving up for at least the next couple hundred feet down the backstretch here is, Trevor Robertson going for a ride.
That'll bring out the yellow flag as the 6 goes down below the yellow, but something happened out there that iRacing didn't like, and iRacing did throw the yellow flag there.
So we take a look back, and he just got hooked a little bit. Again, these door wedge bumpers, it's very easy to kind of lose where you're at compared to the other cars in front of you. And just barely getting the 33, just barely gets a piece of the 6 machine running up there against the outside wall, and the 6 going slipping and sliding down through the infield grass. I think the yellow flag came out while he was still kind of spinning sideways on the track.
Okay.
And so that's why.
Well, do you think that other drivers are having problems with the spotter as well?
I wouldn't doubt it.
I bet it's iRacing wide.
I would not doubt it. It's especially with all these updates, something definitely tends to get askew here. I mean, how many times have you had to remap some important buttons that you're just
every time Logitech does a their application that links all your crap together. Every time Logitech does an update, I lose all my sound on Discord, on iRacing, everything. I have to remap it. So I think Jack Dixon's onto something. I think iRacing may have turned a lot of spotters off for these guys, and they don't realize it.
I think that's definitely an unfortunate possibility, but we're closing in here inside of 10 laps to go. I believe we're going to be going back to the green flag with about 7 laps to go, and we've already seen some craziness happen here. Drivers fighting for this race win here tonight, and looks like Andrew Player in the 18 machine getting the lucky dog wave around.
Good for him. Getting back around. Mike Adamson, special happy birthday message out there for Mike. Also, a great birthday present for Mike is that, the Florida State Seminoles not going to the college football playoffs.
Rigged.
Even though they're undefeated.
Rigged.
It's so terrible, isn't it?
It's so bad.
So, me and Mike got this thing going back and forth. I'm a Tigers fan, LSU Tigers fan. He's a Noles fan. The Noles beat the Tigers this year. But look, man, the Noles won all their games. They didn't make the schedule. They won all their games, and they still got eliminated from the playoffs. I understand that they're on their, third string quarterback or something like that.
Right.
But they could still make something happen. I mean,
exactly. Football's a team game.
It's one person. They should let the Noles play. I think this is bull crap. So, happy birthday, Mike Adamson. This is my birthday present to you. I think that the Noles should be there. I'm from Texas. I don't think Texas Longhorns should be there. I don't think Bama should be there. Bama got beat by. Did Bama get beat by Georgia?
Well, was it?
Bama shouldn't be there either.
I forget when they got beat earlier in the season.
Well, regardless, Mike Adamson, sorry, buddy. The Knowles should be there. There's a couple other teams that could have given that spot up. So, I'm with you. I think it's bull.
Yeah. That just means, we have to cheer for Michigan.
Now I'm mad. I don't know why. Let this stuff bother me.
I know. Well, because Nick Saban, that's why.
Well, that's part of it. My team's out of it, but
Well, you're still in the running for a Heisman Trophy, so.
yeah, Daniels, he's got a shot. Here we go. We're going green.
Yep, here we go indeed with 7 laps to go. Green flag is flying here once again with the 7 and the 27, getting things started off side by side. The 33 of Jess Vaught up inside this battle here, as well as the 99 of Albert Anderson, both looking to try to find some momentum as the 99 steps sideways, but he's able to collect it back under control. He is going to, however, lose quite a few spots.
Look at Bittner going 3 wide, passing 4 cars at once. Josh Bittner in the 84. Wow. What a run there. Let's see if he can hold on to that as it goes all the way to the outside wall.
89, Craig Goodenough trying to basically follow him there, and he does. He makes it through that 3 wide situation as we're almost 4 wide behind him here.
Comes the 53 trying to make a similar move. Kind of shut down by the 89 right there. He had to get out of it. Oh, 38 loses it, goes down to the inside. Looks like he safes it on the apron. Gonna try to rejoin.
And he does so, looks like relatively successfully there for Dustin Logston. You also got Andrew Cawthon kind of in that mix. Same thing with Jack Dixon, who hopefully he has his spotter back at this point. And the 32 of Ron Holmes as well. Ricky Wittenberg in a tough fight here with America's driver, fighting side by side up inside of this top 10. A 37.58 for Timothy Pope to get that fastest lap of the race record here tonight as he tries to drive away from that 7 of Jonah Long here with 5 laps to go.
5 laps to go. So as soon as we start seeing an 8 in front of another digit here, we knew that here comes the aggression. It's about to ramp up. Oh, big pile up here. 63.82 in the 6th. Big wreck in the tri-oval, still green. A lot of missing parts of those cars.
And a lot of slow-moving cars as well. The 82 trying to get back up to speed as quickly as he can. Looks like the 63 of Edward Smith having some trouble steering that thing. I think a steering linkage might be broke as he tries to get that thing back around and towards pit lane here. We do remain green flag racing as the 14 of Dustin Eaton and the 01 of Kelly Keel fight side by side.
Shirley Martin out there on the YouTube channel saying, let's go number 81 Osborne. LC IC Full Circle Edition. Heck of a race out there for you tonight. Thank you, Shirley, for being here as always.
Kelly and Eaton having a good fight out here inside of this top 5, trying to figure out what each other are going to be doing as the 88 of Mike Adamson trying to peek around that 33 of Jess Vaught here, holding on to that 3rd spot as of right now as the field comes back down around out of turns 3 and 4 down across the line with 2 laps left remaining.
Almost done with this one, Brown. But I don't think these drivers are done messing with each other out there. We're going to have some more contact here, I think, on the last lap or 2.
There's definitely a possibility for that as the 99 of Anderson gets a little loose there. Oh, we had some right side romance just in front of him as Bittner and Eaton make contact.
I don't think that's over with. I think these guys are going to keep on going. Anderson and Eaton now side by side.
While that 27 of Timothy Pope just drives off into the distance here, continuing to pad his lead here on this final lap. White flag is out. No more cautions here this evening. We're going to finish this one under regulation as the 53 of Jeremiah Burke trying to find his way around that 55 of Ricky Wittenberg, Albert Anderson, and Dustin Eaton alongside Josh Bittner as well. Right behind Kelly Keel, all fighting for some top 5 positions as Timothy Pope leads the way down and out of turns 3 and 4. Absolutely nobody near him. He is going to pick up your race win here from Michigan. Jonah Long stays strong here for a second place finish. Jess Vaught finds himself home here in third. Adamson very close to stealing that position away. It was a good drag race across that checkered line.
Got some cool 4 wide action and stuff happening farther back in the field. But yeah, man, what a great finish here. And
Josh Bittner and Jeremiah Burke basically tied.
Yeah, there were a couple of the cars that were 4 wide there for an instant.
Watch this 4 wide finish.
Kevin Hunt out there saying, open them all the way and finish strong. Congrats to Pope out there for getting the win. Thank you, Kevin Hunt, for being a great supporter out there tonight.
Whew. Yeah, the 53 by about 1 square centimeter gets that spot away from Josh Bittner, who is running along the far outside lane. Oof, that was a good photo for those drivers.
Well, that one's going to be posted on the Discord channel for sure.
Oh, I don't doubt that one one bit. It's we let everybody kind of wind down from all the excitement and everything. Everybody having a
sometimes it's hard to lose that adrenaline rush.
It really is.
We talked to somebody was it last week or earlier this week on one of these races? One of the guys that finished up in the front. He's like, dude, I'm still shaking, man. I can't really process this yet, you know.
Well, especially, when
all
it's
been there, yeah.
Especially with how competitive these races and these leagues can get. It's like they understand how important it is. I mean, like even like here tonight we had 33 drivers, and if you finished inside of that top 20, hey, you really had to work for that top 20.
Sure. Oh yeah, for sure, man. It's no laughing matter. Especially at a league as competitive as this. If you get a top 3 or a top 5 even here, you've really done something. I mean, it's these guys are at each other all the time, man. It's great.
And that indeed is we do have some drivers starting to join us here in the kind of broadcast waiting room. So let's go ahead and get some of these driver interviews up underway, starting here tonight with our third place finisher, the 33 of Mr. Jess Vaught, having a great podium fight there with Mike Adamson at the end. Jess, I know I'm going to consider this really my first time watching these cars. I know I raced with you guys once in them, but man, with this new update and everything all getting all loosey-goosey and all changey, how difficult are these Gen 4 cars now, especially at a tricky track at Michigan like today?
Well, they are definitely a challenge, man. I mean, it's you're wheeling in a lot more, and your inputs are a lot more aggressive sometimes, but then others you need to try and be smoother than with the trucks because all the power that you have under your foot, for instance. But yeah, it's a challenge, but it felt like it was some really good racing, even though it was a little bit crazy in a few instances there.
It really looked intense out there, and you guys had some great green flag runs out there. We saw a lot of green flag pit stops going on, and then a couple of cautions happened out there, but we didn't really see the big one here. You know, we didn't see stuff that we see at, you know, Talladega with the trucks or something like that. But we did see a couple of wrecks that took a couple of guys out. Next week, you guys are going to Talladega with the trucks. You know, that's that place where that kind of stuff happens. Y'all looking forward to that? I mean, you know, it's a different kind of racing, but it is still fun.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. And tonight's race we had some nice green flag runs there, and I feel like honestly, I think I had the race won a couple of times. I'm out by about 3 to 4 seconds, and then there was a wreck in the back. And I'm like, man, every time. And that last restart, my tires weren't quite as fresh as everybody, which was obvious when they took off. So, yeah, it's unfortunate. All I can do is put myself into position to win, and then eventually it should come. And I hate that me and Trevor got together there. We'd been racing really tight all evening, and I think it was just a case when I looked at it was I was trying to draft off on the side by a little bit, and he came off the wall a little bit. So just one of those racing deals. But otherwise, I think it was a really good event.
Yeah, that indeed it most definitely was here tonight with our third place finisher, Mr. Jess Vaught, in that 33 machine, man. Congratulations. Before we let you go, got any final shout outs or anything like that?
Yeah, man. Shout outs as always. Props to my wife for everything she does for this league. For Kyle, who couldn't make it tonight, he's working extra shifts and everything. I know he's super tired. He wanted to be here, and he's real let down about that. But shout out to him and Taylor, always supporting this and supporting the league. You guys for the broadcast and everything. My team, Vigilante Force. I think we were doing pretty well tonight, and we hope to get even stronger. And then the entirety of the league and the way these guys race each other. So it's obvious that they care about having a good, clean league that they can race in. So I appreciate them.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on the third place podium finish for Mr. Jess Vaught, man. Congratulations. Good luck coming up next week over at Talladega there, buddy.
Copy, guys. Have a good night.
With that, we'll move on up to our second place finisher, a driver we haven't got to talk to in quite a while, especially here on the podium, but up 15 spots, Mr. Jonah Long, driver of the 7 machine here this evening. And man, Jonah, you had that thing slipping and sliding, turning and bobbing pretty much all race long, and man, you found yourself up quite a few spots tonight.
Yeah, it was a really fun race. Oh man, I wanted that one really bad. And I just made a mistake sitting there thinking it was just me and Jess the whole race. I counted a driver out, and that driver was Tim Pope. Can't count Tim out.
Yeah, you can never count Tim out. And you know, we saw him make an early pit stop in the race, and I think he was one of the guys that got a penalty. Am
Yep.
I right or wrong?
But yeah, he did come out of the pits about a lap down after me.
Yeah, he came back and clawed his way back. You can never count him out. He's one of those guys that we call aliens, man. He's just crazy good. But you guys held your own, man. You guys did a great job out there tonight. Jonah, you're one of the guys that we watch week to week. You know, from Ting Orangutan. Ooh, I got to do it one time. But you guys put on a great show. You guys are going to Talladega in the trucks next week. You guys looking forward to it? Are you guys going to work together as a team? Y'all got a strategy worked out yet, Jonah?
I mean, you remember last time we raced at Talladega, it was a big teamwork game. Finished 1 through 6 at the stage, and then was in position to win, and then a wreck happened. But yeah, we got some things cooking up for Talladega.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations on the second place finish here tonight. Definitely hard fought and well earned indeed. Before we let you go here, buddy, you got any final shout outs or anything like that?
Yeah, thank you to Justin and Lori putting on these races. They do a great job. Shout out to Tim. He just outstanding driver.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations for the second place finish for the number 7, Mr. Jonah Long, man. Congratulations and good luck coming up next week over there at Talladega there, bud.
Yeah, thank you guys.
And with that, we'll head on down to tonight's focus driver of the evening. And that's going to be rookie here this season, Mr. Edson Ochoa in the 8 Machine Whataburger here tonight in these Gen 4 ARCA cars. Man, I know a little bit of a rough go of it for that 8 Machine. Ended up starting with a penalty and really kind of couldn't claw yourself back. And especially in a hard driving platform like this car is, it's just the fact that you stuck with it and you were able to finish the race, man. That's one heck of an accomplishment here this evening.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, it was the Gen 4 is a challenge enough to begin with, considering the fact that I had never raced the Gen 4 before. So it was these last couple of days, prepping for that car. It was just frustration after frustration, and then today it all seemed like to click in. Obviously I felt like I wasn't going to be as competitive as the top split here in tonight's race, but I did feel more comfortable to avoid spinning out, being a liability out there on the racetrack. I felt very, very comfortable about it. Unfortunately, it seems like the number 8 machine needs a driver mod, because unfortunately it wasn't pedal and wheel issues that plagued the 8 that to go multiple laps down, but it was just the nervousness of being around very, very talented drivers tonight, but also but also the fact of trying to maintain control over the Gen 4. Made some mistakes on pit road that ended up causing all these penalties. In fact, there was one where I was the lucky dog. Big mistake going into pit road when I wasn't supposed to. I was not able to get the lap back, and in the end I ended up getting my -4. But it's a learning experience, and we learn from our mistakes, and hopefully next time I run the Gen 4, I make those mistakes to a minimum.
Can't wait to see you race again, and when we have a full booth, because me and my buddy Adam are both from Texas, and I'm from South Texas, so I know exactly what part of Texas you're from, and I know how much we all love HEB and all the stuff they put out. But man, it's been amazing watching you race out there today. I wish you would have got a podium, man. I can't wait till you get up there and really make your mark. And I think it's just a matter of time, man. It's just things happen out there on the racetrack, and at Talladega next week in the trucks, anything can happen. So, what do you think about that play track coming up?
Well, I think for me, I got to take what I learned last week at Daytona. I felt that the truck had really, really good speed. I was at the end, fighting for a top 10 position. Unfortunately, we go back once again. I made a mistake not being able to enter the pit road, and that left me exposed, to get hit from behind, and ended up, getting crashing out of that race. But I mean, it's super speedway racing. You gotta be, if at regular tracks you have to be 100% focused. At super speedways, you've got to be 110%, if not more. But I'm ready for Talladega. I feel like I should redeem myself, and I really feel comfortable that I will be redeeming myself come next week at Talladega Super Speedway.
Awesome, man. Well, glad to have you up in the booth here tonight there, Edson. Before we do let you go, do you have any other final shout outs or anything like that?
Sure. I wanted to thank Jess and Lori for being able to coordinate this league. I want to thank everybody here in the Rio Grande Valley, to Ray, to Jacob, my teammate. Gonna congratulate him for getting a top 15 today as well. And shout out to Harry Austin over there in San Antonio, and to all my friends of Mente Futbolera over there in Houston, Texas.
Awesome, man. Well, Glad to have you racing here with us in the VRL here, Mr. Edson Ochoa, in the driver of the 8 machine here tonight, man. Well, good luck, and we'll see you guys back out here in action again at Talladega next week there, buddy.
Thank you. Y'all have a good night.
And with that, we move on up to tonight's race winner. And is it a surprise on who it is? As the 27 of Timothy Pope, through all the adversity, finds his way home into a victory lane here once again. Tim, congratulations on the big time win. A new car, new platform, new update. Fun track. Is there anything that you can't win at? We were discussing it earlier in the broadcast. You know, if we put you in English with a shopping list over at Sam's Club, we're willing to bet that you'd be in the checkout line before English grabs his third item.
Yeah, anything oval I can just about drive, but get on the road stuff or that dirt I ain't really mess with. I ain't too good at that.
You definitely showed the guys how to take care of tires out there here tonight, and run out there, run a great fundamental skills race here, because that's what Michigan is. I mean, it's high speed, but it's skills fundamentals out here. Next week's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be nose to tail action out there, bumping and grinding with the trucks out at Talladega. Tim, how you looking forward to that? And I know you've done pretty well, not just at skills based stuff, you know, or technical tracks, I guess you could call them, but you've done pretty well at some restrictor plate racing. How you thinking about Talladega next week?
I'll probably just do my normal thing, hang out in the back, see how it plays out, maybe make a run about 20, 15 to go, I guess. If I'm still in it, ain't been took out.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations once again here on the big time race win for Mr. Timothy Pope, driver of the 27 machine, man. Congratulations. Before we let you go, got any final shout outs or anything like that there, buddy?
Oh yeah, everybody on the ADY team, Jason, Lori, you guys.
Awesome, man. Well, driver of the 27, Mr. Timothy Pope, your winner here in the Gen 4 portion of the season here at Michigan, man. Congratulations, and we look forward to having you guys back out here in action again next week, and good luck over there at Talladega there, buddy.
Thank you.
And with that, we close on out of all the interviews and all that stuff, and man, English, we really didn't know what to expect. That's why, you know, when it came to trying to pick a key to the race, it's just like, well, you know, I just don't know, because we don't really know much about this. But I think we learned a lot here tonight, and I think when these guys continue on with the alternating truck in Gen 4, I think other drivers will start to figure it out as well, and it should be a really good season here.
And what did we end up with here tonight? We ended up with lots of green flag laps. We ended up with several cautions, you know, that were, you know, it was minimal. And with a car that'll do this amount of speed, you know, 215 miles an hour, you know, and this big a field, you know, 33 cars. You know, you'd expect to have a bunch of cautions out here tonight, but we didn't. We only had a few, and you know, these drivers very competitive, very fun to watch. I just love tonight's race. I think the fans out there in YouTube land really did enjoy it as well.
Oh, excuse me. I was like, ooh, that was not a good burp. You know how you get
burp it up, burp. You just retaste all that food that you ate.
Yeah, it's that was not a good burp. Oh man. But either way, it was a great race indeed. So let's go ahead and tell everybody where their favorite driver ended up finishing here for this evening. Timothy Pope, driver of the 27, picking up the race win. The 7 of Jonah Long, up 15 spots, having a great race as well, finding his way onto that podium in second. And the 33 of Jess Vaught, continuing a great run here for the Vigilante Force to find his way home here in third. Hard fought, though, by the 88 of Mike Allison, just nipping at the heels of Jess to find his way into fourth. The 01 of Kelly Keel having another solid event as well, up 11 spots to finish there in fifth. Then you got the 99 of America's Driver, Mr. Albert Anderson, having a great race, and even looked like he was going to be fighting for a win there, kind of during one of those restarts before getting a little slipping and sliding there. Still solidly in that top 10 in sixth. Seventh will be the 53 Jeremiah Burke, who, well, he went from money shifting and blowing an engine to back up there into the top 10. So congratulations there, Jeremiah. Great way to fight through it. 84 of Josh Bittner, as always, trying to bring home the race dub for Ain't Dead Yet. Just a little bit shy, but still a good effort, up 14 spots there in 8th. Same thing with the 55 of Ricky Wittenberg. Started up inside of that top 10, find his way home in 9th. With the 14 of Dustin with a Y, Dustin Eaton, bringing on home that top 10 finish. You also got the 89 Craig Goodenough, having a pretty solid run as well. He was kind of bouncing around, but able to finish here in 11th. The 123 John Gallagher having a pretty good race, up 7 spots as well, finishing in 12th. 29 of Dave the Man Mayberry finishing here tonight in 13th, with the 07 of Jack the Ripper Dixon finishing in 14th. You got the 17th Jacob Young having a pretty solid run as well, finishing here tonight in 15th, with the 28 of George Rincon, as always, just ever creeping and creeping and creeping, stealing some positions away, up 12 spots to finish in 16th.
37 of Dustin Riley will finish in 17th place. 18th will be Ronald Holmes in the 32 machine. The 10 of Andrew Cawthon actually down 1 spot here, finishing in 19th place. Also down a bunch of spots, John Osborne in the 81. Not where he wanted to finish here. Started outside row number 3. He'll finish in 20th place. Dustin Logston up a couple spots. He'll finish in 21st. One of David Fight. He'll finish down about 10 in 22nd. Andrew Player in the 18. Not where he wanted to be either. Started in 5th. He'll finish in 23rd here tonight. Up 5 spots. Earl Evans, sponsored, not sponsored. Number 13 machine. The 41 of Bobby Hammer, finishing in 25th after starting back in 31st place. Ray Radford in the 47 car will finish in 26th after starting way back in the back, 34th place. Mike Everidge started right where, or finished right where he started, in a 27th position. Not really where he wanted to be, but he was still on the lead lap out here tonight. So when you're on the lead lap, anything can really happen there if bad things happen towards the front there. Harrison Whitehead, 1 lap down, finishing in 28th. 29th, Scott Martin in the 67 machine. 63, Edward Smith, 3 laps down, finishing in 30th. Trevor Robertson in the 6th machine, probably the most disappointed out of everybody, started in 3rd, finishing in 31st position out here tonight. Edson Ochoa in the 8th, down there in the valley in Texas. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. He'll finish right where he started, right there in 32nd place. And our random draw, our spotlight driver tonight. Thank you so much, Edson, for being a part of this league. Sean McDowell in the 23rd, or in the 23 car, will finish 33rd. Golly, that's like a tongue twister.
I know, right? Well, it doesn't help that we have to pick up the slack for a guy who's hunting for imaginary weapons, And as always, big thank you to Lori Vaught for the continued amazing admin work that she does week in and week out, keeping everybody all in check and in line. So with that, we close things down here from Michigan. We thank you all for tuning in and watching and having a fantastic time out here with us and enjoying this brand new content that we're happy to bring with you. If you haven't done so already, be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you get alerted every single time that we go live. And of course, Once when you do all that, be sure to hit the thumbs up button as well, so that way we can continue to grow our fantastic racing community over here. Of course, we also have to say a huge thank you to the proud race sponsors here, such as GC Cruise Travel, Blue Fox Properties, and Dave Mayberry, Kyler Williams of Johnson City, Tennessee, and Mr. Ricky Williams, and of course D&D Race Graphics by Ricky Wittenberg. I know, yeah, we're getting late into the evening here on this Friday night, but big thank you to our good buddy Ricky there, and of course big thank you to tonight's primary sponsor, Martin Sports. Big thank you to all of you guys for supporting the VRL and allowing them to do what they do best, and that's put on a fantastic show week in and week out. So we big time thank all of our sponsors. Yeah, so with that, we close things down here tonight. Look forward to seeing everybody back in action on Monday evening as the Num Thumbs Racing League Xfinity Series continues their playoff push. I believe this will be the final race before cuts are made for, I think it's either the top 15 or the top 12. So definitely tune in for that one coming up on Monday. We cannot wait. But until then, I'm Alan Brown for Alan English and the imaginary Adam Turner. We're signing off.
We gone.
See ya.